Sin. You can't afford it. I remember someone saying, sin will take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to be kept, and cost you more than what you're willing to pay. Imagine yourself passing by the most exquisite, the most expensive, and most renowned restaurant in the world. Let's call it the SIN-SATIONAL restaurant, showcasing the best of the best dishes, prepared to perfection, just the way you like it. But there's a problem. Remember, it's also the most expensive restaurant ever. How could you afford such elite fine dining for the richest and most famous persons? Regardless of this obvious fact, the allure of this restaurant somehow draws you in as you suddenly find yourself in front of the greeter's stand. The charm of the greeter makes you feel like royalty, having all their attention on welcoming you. To your delight and astonishment, they informed you that they have free samples for all first-time guests, and those freshly made samples did not disappoint, taking over your taste buds to wanting more. This all-too-perfect strategy has reeled you in, and your clouded judgment has just requested a table. You don't realize it yet, but you have been intoxicated. You take in the sights and sounds of the restaurant as they pique the imagination for what's been promised to come. Picking up the menu, you make the odd discovery of it having no prices. Instead, only flawless-looking pictures of mouth-watering meals, some of which you sampled, with a guarantee of your enjoyment. They are to die for, says the prominent caption above the pictures. Sounds oh so wonderful. So, throwing caution and common sense to the wind, you think of nothing else more than devouring the delicacies you're craving. And now you're eating, drinking, just living it up in high spirits. This is the good time SIN-SATIONAL has promised you, as the waiters suggest you try this fabulous dish and sample that popular entree. Every time you brought up its cost, they would say something like, "Don't worry about it. We're taking care of you. You'll love it." So, after being served and waited on to your heart's content, and full of all the temptations, the delicacies you've yielded to, fear grips your heart as you suddenly think about all the expensive dishes you've partaken of, and immediately feel the dreadful terror from what's to come. The bill. You realize the trap has already been sprung, and now its jaws are closing in on you to face the consequences. The bill indeed is coming, and the cost for the temptations you yielded to will cost you your life. The guilty feelings from your actions are confirmed as you recall the cryptic message read from the menu about the entrees they are to die for. And that is the ultimate price that you will pay for sin: death, eternal punishment, and separation from God. That's when Jesus steps in. For when you and I were caught dead to rights and headed for eternal punishment, He came and signed His name on our bill and paid in full the terrible cost slated for us. He gave His life for us and all of mankind that has or will be destined for death and eternal punishment. Jesus paid the bill for sin we could never repay. And that, my friend, is something to chew on. Pun intended.